Yes, I'm making this video directly to Minister of FCT, nyesome Wike. Please listen to this video very well. Now, I've lived in Abuja for the past 30 years. I was born here. So I want to just share some of the grievances we Abuja people have against the powers that be, most FCT ministers. What is really affecting an average Abuja resident or someone living in Abuja. This video is just channeled, it's the grievances channeled to the FCT minister that you just have to take note of it. The problem most of you in power have is those your SA, PA, secretaries or directors, they do not tell you the truth. They do not give you the clear picture of what is happening in Abuja, the grievances or what the residents of Abuja actually need. They whitewash you all with lies, tell you everything is okay, your house is in order, you are doing well, maybe you constructed the roads and fine, your roads are good, Kuje road is excellent, Duse road is okay, but that's not enough. So why that's one of the reasons why I'm making these videos. Firstly, I want to talk about the outrageous house rent inflation in Abuja. I think Abuja has a regulation problem. There are no laws in Abuja. Abuja has will I call it a litigation problem, a regulation problem, a policy problem. Like everybody just does what they want. Imagine staying in a house and the agents are the one deciding the house rents of Abuja. Now, let me put it this way. A landlord built his house 20 years ago with minimal renovation. Each year, each and every year, landlords in Duse, landlords in Dawaki, landlords in Kubwa will approach these landlords and tell those landlords, even with old houses, that they should increase their rent. That Gwarimpa has increased their rent. One bedroom is now 1.2 million or 1.5 million. So therefore, Duse must make their own 1 million. So therefore, Kubwa must make their own 800. They must make it 1.1. So what is happening basically is that agents are deciding for Abuja landlords on the house rents because they're going to get a commission of 10% or whatever. So they influence this house rent and Abuja people struggle to pay this house rent. Now let me put structure to this. An average salary earner in Abuja, a graduate without any political or brother or sisterly or godfatherly connection, earns a poundry of 100,000. Now, I'm not even talking about houses in Gwarimpa because those ones are for the upper echelon. I'm talking about houses in slum areas or far areas like Buari, Duse, inside Kubwa. One bedroom for 1.2 million, 1.1 million, 1 million. Imagine staying in Obasanjo Road. If you know Obasanjo Road, Tipa Garage, somewhere inside. You're paying 800 and your landlord is telling you that by next year you should pay 1 million. The reason is that then say they don't increase the house rent for Dawakio. Say people where they do say market area, people where they Kuba don't increase them. So therefore, increase your own. So basically the house agents are deciding the laws. Let me slow down a little bit. It means in developed countries, I feel for every capital city, there should be law, there should be regulation. Before you increase house rent, you should go through the laws. Okay, fine, it's a new house, cost of materials are high, but not one old house in Setraco or in Saitek, or one old Jerry house in Kubwa, or one house in somewhere in the bush in Duse equally increasing rent because those on the bus stop have increased it. It shows there are no law. Nobody's penalizing anybody. God, I don't know. Now you see why people like Trump will decide what will happen in our country. Yes, because we have been using hand gloves to handle situations. That is why people like Trump will now decide that yes, it is high time for them to send drones because we have issues. You people are not tackling the main issues. You people they're just so much psychophancy. Your PAs, they're just telling you lies. Imagine earning 200,000, 500,000, and dealing with agents. The main problem of inflation in Abuja house rents are agents. Agents are determining the fees because they are getting 20%. I'm not even talking about sales of property because that one I don't even have an idea of what's going on there. But it's fine. I'm talking about the basic house rent for old houses. They are increasing it to match the everyday demand. There's high demand, there's high inflation, and agents are the ones determining it. So what I'm going to tell Governor Wike, if he's listening to this video, is that please, there should be laws in FCT. If what is the average fee of one bedroom in Duse? In Duse, wherever, far off Duse, in Buari, in Kubwa, in Lugbe, it should remain for at least 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. If there should be an increment, there should be a litigation, there should be a legislation. That's the word, not litigation. There should be a law guiding any form of increment, an explanation. If possible, FCTA or FCDA should come into it and say, okay, in this environment, this is the status of house rent. This is the average house rent for this kind of houses with this kind of interior or this kind of finishing. In local areas, this is the house rent. How much you're going to be paying. And a house agent should not decide your house rent. Like we are like people under siege. Our government is not regulating anywhere, anything for us. I don't want to talk about food stuff. That's even crazy. I'm just talking about basic house rent. Or even transportation. Let's not even go there. At least where you're going to lie your head. So I don't want this video to be so long. But please, Governor Wike, there should be a law. There should be a legislation. If we are paying 1 million naira averagely for one bedroom inside one bush, fine. Let it be. Everybody know that if you get in a house around here, this is what you're paying. Not that every 6 months, agents will decide. My landlady right now, we paid a particular sum, I think 800 or so. But because those at the junction have increased it, now agents are already telling her. She told us clearly that agents said that they are paying 1 point something million at the junction, that next year we are going to be paying 1 point something. Now, she didn't do any renovation, nothing, no. But because of what agent says, but please, Wike, you see this wicked, evil, heartless agent, please, there should be FCT laws. In fact, agents should be registered. In fact, you should not be an agent in Abuja without even going through registration. And there should be notices. We should know the houses between this environment. This is how much we should pay. Agents should not determine house rent fee in Abuja. But please, Governor Wike, come in and decide. Let government, let Abuja FCT, FCTA, and FCDA decide the average house rent for an Abuja resident. And that's why most time when there's election, we vote you guys out. Yes, you're trying. I can see Governor Wike is trying for roads. Go to Kuje. So much like wonder roads, like wide roads. Do say he's doing so much in the suburb, in the far urban areas, in the interior areas. But please, this house rent issue, you don't want them to start saying, okay, US government, come and help us regulate house rent. But please, I'm making this video as an appeal to Governor Nyesome Wike. Please, there should be a legislation on house rent in Abuja. And please, there should be an association of registered agents. Nobody should come and cajole, bully, or coerce any landlord or influence out of wickedness and making the lives of an average Abuja resident very, very hard, very, very mean. Cost of transportation, cost of feeding, cost of foodstuffs. Now, cost of school fees. Now, we're talking about rents. Rent in Abuja flies. Areas I'm more concerned is Duse, Dawaki, Kubwa, Ushafa. My dear fellow Nigerians, imagine Ushafa. If you go to Ushafa, far off Buari area, they are collecting 1 million, 1.1 million for a house in Ushafa, far outskirts. So those people you are paying 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 80,000, where do you want them to stay? Inside slum, they are paying high, crazy house rent. So I'm just going to end this video. But please, Wike, I need you to even talk to Abuja residents. There should be a dialogue. Come to Twitter. Tell us, this is what you are doing. These are the legislations. These are the laws or the regulations that is going to make FCT residents' life easy. Talk to us. You are not talking. Yes, the roads are good, they are wonderful. You're only posting the road. Please talk about house rent. That is the one that matters to us. I don't want, after this video, I'll talk about the wages system in Abuja. The wages, what they pay an average graduate or whoever is skilled worker in Abuja. That's another crazy conversation. But please, before then, this house rent thing and this black market agent, please, Governor Nyesome Wike, you've done enough. You are a listening FCT minister like never before. Please do something about this FCT house rent in very local areas, how exorbitant they are. Thank you.